Hello, everybody. This is a impromptu little first thoughts. I just watched Horizons, the D-23 Disney Experiences panel that just happened. It ended a few minutes ago, and I wanted to share my thoughts on everything that was revealed. Honestly, it started out a little rough. The musical number, although I thought it had some funny references in it, but I thought that opening musical number was a bit long. They made some mistakes during it. It went too long. And I felt the same way about all the little musical interludes. There were too many of them. It kind of killed the pacing of the show. I get it, they need to entertain the people in the arena, but for those of us who were literally just watching to get announcements, that killed the vibe. So I would hope that in the future they might reduce the number of musical guests and little skits that they do. This isn't I get they're trying to entertain people, but it came off more cringe than anything. But regardless, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the reveals. There were quite a few, and I will say I totally called some of them, and there were some I was genuinely surprised by. So let's start off with the stuff we knew it was coming. We got a blowout of information on all the Avengers and Marvel attractions throughout the globe, including more footage about Infinity Defense, the cast that were involved, more footage about Stark Flight Lab. Of course, the attractions going to Shanghai and not Tokyo, Hong Kong. So cool. And Kevin Feige was on there. He confirmed a number of the big Marvel cast were going to be involved in those. That's pretty neat. They did show some new concept art from the Coco attraction at DCA. They did not talk about Avatar. I was a little surprised they didn't. They mentioned that it was coming, but that's all they said. So my hunch is that's quite a ways off. If they're not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about it, then that means it's a ways off. There were some surprises for Disneyland. They did reveal new entertainment. I think they're mostly bringing back old stuff in terms of Disneyland entertainment, including the original World of Color, an old fireworks show. They are bringing back the Magic Happens parade. So Disneyland's getting some new entertainment. The big surprise for Disneyland, which several people were theorizing, but no one ever thought it would actually happen, is they did reveal that Disneyland's Tomorrowland is getting an overhaul. They did not give any specifics. All they did was mention that it is happening and there will be a bunch of new things involved, but that's all they said. My hunch is that that's a ways off if they don't have specifics. There were other ways off announcements that kind of came out of the blue, but we'll talk about those when we get to them. But let's talk about my meat and potatoes, which is Walt Disney World. I'm not going to talk about the cruise line. I don't really care. So let's talk about Walt Disney World. We'll go park by park. Animal Kingdom. We got names for Encanto, Indiana Jones, and the Carousel. They were fine. I did like the Indiana Jones name. I thought that fit well. We also got new concept art for both. They did confirm finally Encanto is trackless. It's been rumored for so long what type of ride that ride was going to be, and they finally confirmed once and for all it is a trackless ride. So we know for a fact Encanto is that. Also no height requirement, which is great for Animal Kingdom. They did not get any additional reveals for Animal Kingdom. It was just Tropical Americas, but hey, that's fine. Hollywood Studios. Monstropolis. We got the full reveal of the new show that is going in the Globe Theater, replacing Muppet Vision 3D. It is a full theater show. They also sang the opening number, so we got a listen to the new music for that show. It looks interesting. They definitely did quite a bit of work on that theater to make it a proper stage show, so that'll be interesting. They also confirmed Pizza Rizzo will still be serving pizza, just monster pizza instead of rat pizza. And then, of course, they showed a few other things. I think they confirmed a meet and greet space also near Pizza Rizzo, or whatever the replacement for Pizza Rizzo is. The big thing they revealed, which I think did catch some people off guard. Some people were predicting this, but it caught a few people off guard. Phased opening. So the first part of Monstropolis is actually opening next year in 2027. I'm going to assume the door coaster is probably going to be 2028 at the earliest, maybe 2029. We'll see. But the fact that they're opening the first phase of Monstropolis next year is pretty exciting. So, no other announcements for Hollywood Studios. That was it. Magic Kingdom. We did get the names for both the Cars rides, and they were fine. We also got some new concept art for both rides. The smaller Cars ride is basically, they have the exact same ride in Disney Adventure World. It's not quite the same thing as like Alien Swirling Saucers or Mater's Junkyard Jamboree, but it's kind of a similar thing. So it's going to be that, but themed to a demolition derby. And then the main Cars ride, they showed some new concept art. It looks good. I mean, I'm always going to be lukewarm on Piston Peak just because I don't think it was the best move to get rid of the Rivers of America. However, Villains Land, the official name of the land, Villains Land, did help with that a bit. So they confirmed it is called Villains Land. They also confirmed the rides, sort of. So the first ride, which is a roller coaster, will be based on Maleficent. So the rumor about Emperor's New Groove is false. It is a Maleficent-themed roller coaster, and they did show some new concept art for that. We also got confirmation the second ride is going to go into the underworld, and it's going to be a boat ride. It looked like in the concept art it was going to be using the Shanghai Pirates ride system, which is great. I know it's another boat ride at Magic Kingdom, but if this is kind of a more thrilling boat ride, I'm all for it. And then the most interesting thing that happened in the villains portion was Glenn Close came out as Cruella de Vil and revealed that a third ride is coming. So there's going to be 3 rides at Villains Land. We didn't get concept art or anything for the third one, but apparently there's going to be 3 rides. So that's cool. I did forget one reveal that happened towards the beginning of the show. And that was Expedition Everest is getting a refurb, and the main reason why it's getting a refurb is they are finally going to fix the Yeti. They confirmed it on stage. It's weird that they would confirm that they're fixing a broken effect, but they are. So that is happening. We don't have a date yet. I'm going to assume it'll probably close after Tropical Americas opens. That's my guess. So that was Magic Kingdom, and then we're going to get to the park that I was by far the most excited about because there were lots of rumors and no confirmations about what was coming to Epcot. And I was 100% correct. My feeling the whole time, and I said this, I didn't film a video talking about it, but I probably should have. My feeling the whole time was that we were either going to get a combination of 2 of these 3. Wonders of Life, Spaceship Earth, or Journey into Imagination. And we got the 2 that I wanted, which was Spaceship Earth. They confirmed interestingly enough, during a whole segment they were talking about Space Mountain. I thought they were going to go into the rumors about Magic Kingdom Space Mountain. They didn't. They didn't talk about Magic Kingdom Space Mountain at all. But one thing they did talk about was Spaceship Earth is getting an overhaul. Didn't announce a timeline. They just said that it is shifting to about connection instead of communication. So it is changing its focus, but it will finally be getting an update. That was very exciting. And then, of course, and I was messaging my buddy Kyle, and the whole time we were both speculating, okay, is this the year? Is this the year we finally get Journey into Imagination? And the whole time I told him, it's going to be the mic drop at the end of the show, which I was worried for a second it wasn't going to be, because they revealed the Tomorrowland update for Disneyland. And that seemed like that was going to be it. But then we got our reveal. And not only that, it was a homage to Great Movie Ride, where he was wearing the Egyptian robes. And then Neil Patrick Harris took them off, and he was Dreamfinder. And they confirmed, finally, Journey into Imagination is getting an update. And Dreamfinder will be back. That makes me so happy. You have no idea. Oh, and I even forgot another big thing. Carousel of Progress, they revealed that... why am I like Jamie Lee Curtis is going to be the mom, and the new John is going to be why am I blanking out? Walter White, the actor who plays Walter White. I don't remember his name. It's late. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, that's really exciting too. So this was a better show than I expected. I thought there would be some fun surprises. There were. I do think they should have spent a little less time focusing on musical numbers and skits and more time on elaborating more on some of these projects. But the final reveal of Imagination, plus getting Spaceship Earth, the Yeti, the Carousel of Progress, cast reveal, Bryan Cranston, that's his name, by the way. There was some really good stuff. I didn't even talk about the fact that Space Mountain in Paris is getting restored to its original From the Earth to the Moon theme, which is awesome. So yeah, overall, I was very happy. I think it turned out pretty much how I wanted it to, for the most part. I think we did get some good surprises. Obviously, there's several things that we're excited about that are a ways off, but I think overall they did a good job. So I just wanted to share my quick thoughts after the presentation. I might go into more detail in a video later talking about everything, but yeah, those are my post-conference thoughts.